Morning, everybody. Big Papa coming at you, driving. This is pretty much the posture you see me in most. But like I've said in videos in the past, this is when I, have some of my best thoughts. But I'm sitting here and I'm watching all my friends' videos. I'm watching some little clips here and there of different news reels from the past week, past few days. Maxine Waters, blah 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 blah. Seth Rogen, and it all comes down to media hype. Even the so-called fake news and what anybody would consider real news, they're just going beyond where they've gone before. I mean, it's getting to the point where even the real news, even the logical news, it's repetitive hyperbole, and I'm almost fed up with it. But I will say this: I came up with a thought, with an idea. All these people boasting and barking about their America, not their president. What this party is and what that party is, and how the Constitution is flawed, or whatever the case may be. My idea was this: each and every political party member from both sides, from any side, all had to take the same oath to defend and to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America as it's currently written, period. No pride, no prejudice. They swore on a Bible, stack of Bibles, to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. So my thought was, I would like to get every member of nationwide, of any American politician that currently sits in a seat or position of authority politically, who all took this same oath. I want to see those people that have been the strongest opposers of the president, the Constitution, the rights. I want to see them take their oath again on national television. I want each and every one of those politicians, Maxine Waters, Chuck Schumer. I even want to see that retired alta-cocker from the Supreme Court. I want to see him take it again. And he's retired. Mr. Repeal the Second Amendment. So, I'd like to see each and every one of those people on live national television. It could be a 5-hour show. I don't care. Politicians lined up outside the door. And I want them to take their oath right outside the gates of Arlington National Cemetery. Because I want them to take their oath again in front of acres filled with people, soldiers, that actually defended the Constitution of the United States and died for it. These people are sitting in a cushy, nice little office with a $200,000 some odd $1,000 a year job, And they're lying to every voter. Because Republican or Democrat, it doesn't matter. You voted with the hopes that your trust was being placed in the hands of somebody who was going to defend and uphold the very document that made this country what it is. And if you can't put your hands on that Bible the same way you did when you took office, then you need to be expelled. And people like Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, hell, even Speaker Ryan, who's had some things to say about his own political party. And the president, I want them all. Put your hand on the Bible again. Let's see if you can do it with as much ease as you did it when you took office. Because if you can't, you're out. In a public forum, you're out. And the people that are going to oust you are the people watching. Because until this country understands that it doesn't matter if you are a Democrat or a Republican or anything else, the one piece of common ground that every single one of us occupy is the fact that we are all United States of America's citizens. Call it a challenge. You got these little radical little teenage F-sticks walking around eating Tide Pods, snorting condoms in their nostrils, and doing stupid crap on the internet every day with these stupid challenges. I'm going to come up with my own stupid challenge. Go put your hand on that Bible again. Take your oath again. But this time on live television in front of an entire nation. And guess what? That includes every one of your little mayors and assembly people in your local towns and in your little small little communities. They all took it. They all took an oath to not just their city, their town, their state, but they take an oath for their entire country. They represent everybody. I want them all to take their oath again and see if they still will put their hand on the Bible. If God means that much, if the Bible means that much, go ahead and put your hand up on the Bible again. If you don't do it, I respect you. Your mind changed. You thought a little harder. I don't care what political party you're with. If you say, you know what, I can't do that. I don't believe in the Constitution anymore. I thought I did, so I will not retake my oath. I respect you. Good, you're telling the truth for the first time. You're still out. Because that's who we need in office, or people are going to put their hand on that Bible and they're going to say, every time I defend the Constitution and I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America, period. Bottom line, end of story. Those are the people that need to be in office. There are no other interpretations. There are no other rewrites. There are no this side thinks that it means this side thinks it means that. It's not that difficult. Maxine Waters, you're an insignificant peon, but you piss people off. Seth Rogen, guess what? I think you're goddamn hilarious. And I will continue to watch your movies regardless of your political stance. Because at least in the movies, you're entertaining and you're topical. I've always been a fan of your movies. But you notice I said I've been a fan of your movies. I don't have to be a fan of you. Smoke your pot, drink your beer, boast that you're a Canadian-born Jewish guy. I think that's awesome. Welcome. But really, your opinions about our country, you're not from here, dude. Sorry. Keep making movies. You can have paperwork that says you're now from here. Great. Weren't born here. We've given you the opportunity to thrive in this country. If you think that they do it so much better in Canada, go back. Evidently, they didn't. We got something Canada doesn't have, I guess. I don't know. I'm not from Canada. From here. The Red Hen in Virginia. You don't want to serve people based on their political views and their political ideologies and what have you? Fine. That's a private business. You have the right to serve anybody and deny service to anybody for any reason. But here's a little funny story, and I'm going to leave you with this. The Red Hen is not a major corporation like Denny's or whatever, McDonald's or anything like that. The Red Hen is an individual, privately owned restaurant. And the one that made all the news is in Virginia. I live in Philly. I am a 15 to 20 minute ride over the bridge into New Jersey. And in New Jersey, in a little town called Swedesboro, not even a half hour from where I live in Philly, is a restaurant, privately owned, individual restaurant on a little quiet street, main strip of the town of Swedesboro, and it's called the Red Hen. It made local news because that privately owned business, who on a busy night may see, from opening to close, may see 300 people, maybe, got more phone calls, nasty phone calls, to a hardworking business owner, young lady, beautiful person who I've met, I've eaten there. Wonderful food. She has a great chef. Wonderful atmosphere. She went on our local news, called the local news, and they came and they said, we've been getting phone calls, nasty phone calls, and we're going to shut you down. We're going to come outside, protest outside your store, blah, blah, blah. She said, what did I do? What did I do? We are a privately owned, I'm a private business owner who just so happens to own a restaurant with the same exact name as the restaurant in Virginia, Northern Virginia. That's Sarah Sanders patronized or tried to patronize that evening with her family. They've done two news stories about this young lady. Her name is Elsa. Look her up if you're interested. In Swedesboro, New Jersey, southern New Jersey. Look up her restaurant. You may even be able to see the news clips that they did the past few days. And the news people were there too. They were listening in on some of the phone calls that their young waiters and waitresses and bartenders were fielding from the general public. And she said, I will say that the community, at least that she services, really did step up in support of her, because she had one of the busiest nights that she's had since she's owned the restaurant, right after the first news story. So, you know, it's amazing what's happening. I have never, ever, ever in my life been a political person. Never cared. Always thought, anytime you see a politician, you're looking at a liar, a crook, a thief, a criminal. And I don't care what side of the aisle you sit on. I don't sit, and I still don't sit, on either side of the aisle. I pick and choose my battles. And I'll continue to do so because nobody impresses me enough. I support Trump, but here's a news flash for you. If Hillary Clinton would have won, I'd have supported her too. Do you know why? Because there's a little something called respect for the office. You don't have to respect the person, but you should certainly respect the office. And if you choose not to, you're un-American. Realize this. Their failures trickle down to become our failures. Their success trickles down to be our success. Keep that in mind. I hope everybody has a nice week. We're on Hump Day, as Big Johnson likes to say. Anxiously awaiting Coda Boy's return from Switzerland. And to any of you who requested cleaning rags from me, or would like cleaning rags, please email me. You know how to get me by now. And I will send you cleaning rags. Cleaning rags have gone out. More are going out. Scotsman, yours are on the way as we speak. I have a tracking number for you if you'd like that. Send me a text if you want it. I hope you all have a great week. I love you. I support you. You're my brothers and sisters. Shoot 'em straight.